Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all. Everybody who's watching and listening, I really appreciate you guys spending time with me. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Money Myles Jai, because when money talks, people listen. And to 2022. This is this is the January 1st episode of my podcast, A Four Corners of Entertainment. I am available on all listening platforms, including but not limited to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker. There's so many I can't even think straight. For Breaker, Stitcher Radio. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on iTunes. You guys can catch me anywhere you catch any podcasts. Google Podcasts as well. But I wanted to take the time to thank you guys just for listening and tuning in, whether it be on day 2, day 3, whenever. The fact that you guys are listening and clicking on this, I really appreciate it. So, lot to unfold. I mean, my goodness, there is the pay-per-view day 1 by WWE that's coming out. There was the tweet by Tony Khan that got some backlash. There was the issues with WWE's pay-per-view in regards to COVID protocols. Then we also had the death of John Madden and Betty White. I'm going to be getting into all of that in just a second. One of the things I do want to do is I want to thank everybody for tuning in and those who have contributed to the show, to the podcast throughout the years that I've been on Spotify, that I've been on iHeartRadio. I want to thank all my guest hosts that I've had over the year. That's including Uris Parker, Queen. That's including my sisters, both Mandy and Ashanti. I want to thank Abril. I want to thank Bree. I want to thank you for joining in, because the amount of people that would listen to your episodes is tremendous, and I get a lot of good feedback. Hopefully I can get you back on. But I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. I do have plans to have more guests on my podcast and to do a lot more with my podcast. A lot more gaming stuff, a lot more gaming news. I want to try and get it all out to you guys as soon as I can. It's been a wild ride for the past few months for me. I do have a daytime job. I actually handle like the attendance and stuff like that, and have to I have to deal with a lot of stuff. It's just been extremely busy, but I'm pulling through, doing everything that I can to make sure that we can get everything going correctly at my job. It's a team effort, but I am very thankful for everybody that's on my team, everybody that I work with. Obviously, I'm not going to speak ill about everybody that's up there, because everybody does a good job. I really appreciate all you guys. So if you're listening, thank you so much for working with me. I really appreciate it. First thing I want to get into is the death of Miss Betty White. Now, if you guys don't know who Betty White is, I don't know what to say to you, because she has been everywhere, everything. She was a phenomenal woman. But just to give you a rundown, like, she was one of the pioneers when it came to television. She was actually one of the first women to actually produce a television sitcom, which was Life with Elizabeth. She's done multiple TV shows. She's been She's been on multiple game shows. She is probably most known for Golden Girls. I know that's where I was introduced to her. Her and B. Arthur and all the others. Like, Golden Girls was probably one of my favorite shows of all time growing up. I used to watch it with my grandmother. I used to watch a lot of stuff with my grandparents. But she was like it was just she was also a comedian. She had played the character of Rose on Golden Girls, and the writing on that show, the acting from all the women up there, it was just always top notch, spot on every single time. And I always enjoyed it. A lot of stuff that they even talk about then, it could be stuff that's talked about now. Um, it was it was her guest appearances on multiple different shows. She's guest appeared on My Wife and Kids, The Simpsons. She hosted an episode of SNL. Like she had another TV show, Hot in Cleveland. Like she had been constantly on TV throughout her entire career. And her career, oh my goodness, her career spanned from 1930 until until this past year. And what makes it sad for me is the fact that they were actually working on a documentary that was going to be finished and completed and um and put up on. I'm not sure if it's going to be put on TV Land or if it's going to be a film that you can see in the movies or if it's going to be streaming. I can't remember, but they were actually working on a documentary. I believe if I have my notes right here, it was a documentary. Give me a second, you guys. Sorry about that. It was going to be called 100 Years Young, a birthday celebration. It was going to be released on her 100th birthday, about her contributions to television, her career, her life, the awards that she's had, so much. Um, but she was 99. She died in her home from natural causes, from what was said. And what it was, she lived life to the fullest. I can definitely say that. She didn't hold back anything. She was always, whenever she made an appearance on anything, um, she always kept that little wild side of her, where she didn't pull any punches or anything like that. She was a phenomenal woman, multiple awards, and she was the last surviving Golden Girl, and she will truly be missed by millions, if not billions, of fans around the world. The only thing is, I just hope that those who are close to her and those who were near and dear to her, I just hope that I just pray for condolences and that they are able to get through this time, losing a great loved one like her. That is Miss Betty White, 99 years old. She would truly be missed. Now, now that we got, now that we talked about Miss Betty White, want to go ahead and get started on WWE related stuff this time around. Well, let's get past WWE for right now. Let's put that on the back burner. We're gonna go into AEW and the infamous Tony Khan tweet between him and Big Swole. Apparently, Big Swole was released from her contract. She was released from her contract a couple months ago. They said initially, from the initial tweet that I saw, was that, or the release or the press release for her, was that she was having some health issues, and she decided to take some time off, or they let her contract run out because of such things, which is understandable. And I just didn't think anything of it. You know, like if she had something scandalous to say, then I'm pretty sure it would have came out. But apparently, she had came to the conclusion, and she had wanted that she wanted to, say what she had, get it off her chest. She had discussed, I believe it was on a podcast. Go figure. Um, where she was mentioning one of the things that she didn't like about AEW was the lack of diversity. She made it a point that that was an issue, and I want to try and see if I can pull up the tweet or pull up the quote that she had. So, if hopefully I'm trying to pull up the quote for you guys. She says, "I do not beat around the bush when it comes to diversity in my people. There is no representation truly, and when there is, it does not come across in the black community as genuine at all. And I do not know why everybody is so afraid to accept it or say it, but it's not a good look. What happens is you have this wonderful company that treats people like family, but there is nobody that looks like me that is represented at the top. There's not a lot of room with them. Getting my words mixed up. Sorry about that. I cannot read properly. I cannot read, obviously. But saying that they're not helping to necessarily influence decisions, but to explain why in certain slang, why there are certain words that shouldn't be said. She goes into that. She says, I believe that AEW is making better strides than before, but a couple of things need to be fixed. She also added that you have to be able to call people out because not everything is perfect. I hope they listen to this with an open heart and not just, she's just saying that because of XYZ. I genuinely want them to succeed. I love art. I love to be creative, and I love wrestling. And I want it to be and I want it to succeed. Sorry. And I lost my track. I want it to succeed, and I want the people in it to succeed if they're genuine people. I want WWE to succeed. I just want wrestling to flourish, and I don't want it to be a long forgotten sport where in the old days we used to wrestle. I want nothing but the best, but I also want the change and appreciation to happen, and application to happen. With promises you made to be diverse, I want to see that, not just with black people. I would love to see dark-skinned Latina or Latino, Hispanic, or just something. More Asians. I feel like Asians, Indians do not get love. They just don't. It's such a big gasp. I hate the fact that I turn on the TV and the same stuff over and over again, like the Truman Show. Hopefully they get the message. Now, it seemed to me by listening to that in its full entirety and not misconstruing anything, it just seemed like she was just making a call out to get some more diversity onto onto the um onto the show. She didn't talk negatively about them in its entirety or anything like that. She was saying that I wanted to succeed, but this is one of the problems that I see is the lack of diversity. There should be a little bit more here and there. I don't see it. I don't see many people at the top that are like, Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, that are at that level that look like me. Okay, so like that's her freedom of speech. That's all cool. I'm completely fine with it. It doesn't seem like she's trying to use. To me, a lot of people are saying that she's using her race to explain why she got fired, and it doesn't seem like she's making an excuse. She's just saying that this is one of the things that I see. It's not that. oh, it's not like, oh, I'm I'm out here. I only got fired because I'm black or anything like that. She didn't say anything like that. From what at least from what I read or from what I'm reading, and it's just it's just annoying because people misconstrue that for such. But this is just hearsay, rather than just actually. And I say if you're going to state that, like if you're a fan and you're gonna say like, oh, she's just using her race to excuse why she's not on the show or why she's not up there. Go and listen to her. Go and listen to her. What she said and see for yourself. Because to me, it doesn't seem like that's the case at all. At first, I was hearing people say that, and I thought, you know, there's a lot of people who do that. Um, Jordan Myles, for instance, like he at first he was upset about the T-shirt that they made for him, and then he went on saying that WWE was racist and things like that. They made him. To me, he started going on the whole race thing. Now sometimes that's understandable, but he should have just. There was a mistake that they made. They corrected it, and there you go. But he just went on and on and on until they got him out of the contract and got rid of him. But the problem that happened afterwards is the fact that executive, the owner, and the CEO, Tony Khan, actually replied back to her comments, saying that the top two AEW execs are brown, him and Miguel. And then he mentions Jade Cargill, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, Dante, Nyla, Isaiah, and Mark Quinn. All won on TV this month. The TBS title tournament has been very diverse. I let Swole's contract expire as I felt her wrestling wasn't good enough. Now that's all fine and everything to say like, hey, yeah, these people won and whatnot. You got black people who were on TV and have won. Oh, playing a game along with this kind of sort of. You got black people on TV that have actually won on television. We're very diverse, especially with the women's tournament. The point wasn't that there are none. There, there's no. It's not. The point is not that there's no representation whatsoever. The point was that there's no representation. There's not enough representation, and you got all this talent, and you don't have time to put everybody on the show. You got a whole bunch of new talent, new guys coming in left and right from other companies, and kind of flooding the way, but you don't have any of them at the main event spots or anything like that. You are clearly missing the point, Tony Khan. I personally, I'm I'm not gonna say that I'm a huge fan of Tony Khan and Jacksonville Jaguars, but I am a fan of wrestling. I love wrestling. I in turn love AEW. I love WWE. I love Impact. No matter how bad you guys may think of it, I love those shows. I'm as bad as they can be. I still put in faith that it can get better, that it will get better. And there's moments where it's amazing, where it's great. Then there's moments where you're embarrassed to be a wrestling fan. Uh, this is one of those moments. Now, an issue last month was, and I'll talk about that in just a second. I really don't want to even bring that story up. I don't want to give it any more attention than it already has. But the fact that Tony Khan was not getting the point just comes off as kind of wrong, you know? Like, you got this guy at the top, the executive, and he is not responding the way that he should. He comes off as if he's just, oh well, we already have diversity. We already have this. It's like it's like they're saying, oh yeah, we already got a black guy. We got plenty of people. Look at that. We got that one black guy over there, and that guy over there who's mixed. Yeah, yeah, we're completely fine. We're great. No, no, there's not enough representation at the top. And she wasn't talking about just black people. She was talking about people of all races. You know, like she said, Latino, um, Afro Latina, Afro Latino or Latinx. You know, Asians. You know, it's not that much representation of all those. You just see kind of the same thing. Now, some people can defend it, some people can't. I really don't want to defend. I can defend like some of the stuff. The issue that came for me was when he said that he let her when he said that I let Swole's contract expire as I felt her wrestling wasn't good enough. The fact that he had to comment or criticize her wrestling ability was when it went a little too far, because there was no need to do that. It seemed like he was kind of retaliating out of anger, like oh, we're not representing you guys enough. Yeah, well, I let you go because your wrestling skills weren't that good. You were terrible in the ring. Anybody else want to leave and say something? It's almost like Vince McMahon light. It's a little bit petty. And as much as I've been wanting AEW to be this powerhouse, the success, I wanted them to be able to compete with WWE and be like, just, they're not number 2, but actually number 1. And I wanted there to be competition between the two, like how it used to be WCW, where they kept them on their edge and they had to work hard in order to maintain their fan base. I know it's never going to be like that, but I still have hope that, one day it will. With that being said, if Tony Khan said something negative or wrong, I'm going to call him out on it. Simple as that. If Vince McMahon does the same thing, I will do the exact same thing. I am not holding back on either one. I mean, why should I? If I have issue with one, if one person shot a bad angle from a match, then I'm gonna call them out on it. It's not like if WWE does it and I call them out, and then when AEW does it, I'm not gonna call them out on it. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, how long you've been doing this. If it's a mistake that you could have did better, then I'm gonna call you out and say that it was a mistake that you did and it could be done better. Simple as that. But yeah, the best thing that Tony Khan should have done, in my opinion, I'm not in the wrestling business right now. I'm not an executive or anything like that. But the best thing that he should have done was not said anything at all, not address it at all. I think it was Mark Twain who once said that it's better to keep your mouth shut and let the world believe that you're dumb than to open it and prove them right. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but it's something along that line. Maybe Tony Khan can learn from that. It's a mistake, and I'm pretty sure he'll get over it. Crazy, just thinking about you lately. If I could see you again, I go. If I can see you again, I go crazy. Oh man. Oh my, I'm feeling high. My money's gone. I'm all alone. I want to be free. Whoever's expecting. Oh, what a day. 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 Speaking of days, it is New Year's. And you guys who've been listening to me, you can now say that you guys, if this is your first time hearing me, you guys can say that you've been here on day one. That was stupid. But stupid segue into the day one pay-per-view. And I was gonna give some predictions, but the pay-per-view is in progress right now, and I may talk about the pay-per-view after this. But I do want to go into it. There was quite a few changes. In fact, Toni Storm, one of the competitors that was supposed to have faced Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship tonight, she was released from her contract. Now, just to be clear, this was not her being fired. This was her asking for her release and receiving it. She wanted to take some time off, get herself together. She was not in the right frame of mind. She did not want to. She didn't feel like she could perform her job properly. But at the same time, the way that they treated her throughout her run on the main roster, I mean, it was like, first off, you barely even saw her on TV. Then, when they finally actually did something with her, they had her take a pie to the face like this was some type of clown show. Poor choice of words, but still, they had the lady get pied in the face like twice, 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it probably would have wear and tore my mentality as well. But because she's gone, that match has been scrapped and canceled. So, there was also the issue of the WWE the WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns, unfortunately, tested positive for COVID. I do hope him a speedy recovery. He just finished dealing with his leukemia returning. He had been in remission, and he was trying to stay. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, he was staying home to kind of keep himself safe because he had kids, and his wife was pregnant at the time. Now he's got like 5 kids, and he is tested positive, so he's been quarantined. The match was called off, and he was added into the WWE Championship match. Brock Lesnar was. So it has gone to a fatal 5-way for the WWE Championship. You have Big E defending his title against Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Brock Lesnar. Now, I feel like the match is probably going to be the same. There's not too much change. I'm finally actually getting what I wanted. Depending on how they play about this, because what I've always wanted was to see Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley go one-on-one. This is the closest thing I'll get to it. I'm excited for that. That's the best part. I was under the impression that Big E was actually going to lose the title, and then we can lead to a chase for him getting the title back. My guess was actually Bobby Lashley winning the WWE Championship again. I feel like Kevin Owens. Part of me feels like Kevin Owens deserves it, He's been through a lot. The other part of me feels like wants Big E. I feel like Kevin Owens deserves it. I want Big E to keep him, but I feel like Bobby Lashley is getting it. So that's my pick. Got Edge versus The Miz. They have been going back and forth, and their back and forth has been pretty good. I gotta admit, The Miz is great on the microphone for those who tend to doubt him. I was hating The Miz for the longest time. It was up until he started teaming with, I think it was around the time he started teaming with The Big Show. He changed his gear. He started wearing trunks and boots instead of those weird looking shorts. It was around that time when he was WWE's United States Champion and Tag Team Champion. And he was on fire. Around that time, I actually got to admire his mic skills and the fact that he was getting a lot better in the ring. I gave him credit for that. Edge has been really, really good. He's always good. I've been a fan of his since '98. Edge didn't show up as stupid throughout this feud, which is rare because normally it'd be the babyface in the feud that will be the dumbest person in the world. There was the issue when he tried to attack The Miz, and The Miz pulled his wife in front of him, and then it looked like they had an argument, like there was something going on there. But then when he had his wife on the cutting edge, Maurice, he let her talk, and then he immediately was like, "Yeah, I'm not falling for this crap. Where's Miz? He's gonna show up right behind me and try to attack me. I'm really not buying this from you." And lo and behold, Miz tried to attack him, even though he at least anticipated it. That's more than I can say for most people. I'm probably gonna have to give this one to Edge. This really could help The Miz out, but The Miz is good where he's at. A loss wouldn't really hurt him too much. You got Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. I'm pretty much putting my money on Becky Lynch. They're doing a good job in making Liv Morgan be a credible threat, but I really don't think that. First off, don't see Liv Morgan as a credible champion at this time. That doesn't mean that I don't want to see her with the championship at any point. It's that right now, I'm still hung up on Bianca Belair. I feel like Bianca Belair got screwed out of her matches. She got screwed out of her rematch. She should be the one that goes after Becky Lynch and takes the title off of her. Like, there was so much build to her throughout the year, and then for it to be gone out of nowhere within like 20 seconds, and there's little to no follow-up. Like, then it goes back to what fans have been saying, is that they screwed her over. So for the Raw Women's Championship match, Becky Lynch retains. You got the Street Profits versus Rated Arcade Bro for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I'm probably gonna stick with there's not that many tag teams on Raw. I don't think there's not that many tag teams on Raw whatsoever. I'm probably gonna. I know they're not gonna keep those titles for long, but I'm going with Arcade Bro retaining the titles. Then you have Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. I mean, obviously, come on, Drew McIntyre. And then one of the matches that passed was Usos defending their tag team titles against the New Day, and it looks like we have the results of the Usos defending said tag team titles against the New Day. They actually retained their tag team titles. And then on the pre-show, we had Ridge Holland and Sheamus versus defeating Cesaro and Ricochet. So, where do we go from here? That's the question. Right now, you got Roman Reigns out with COVID. You got a fatal five-way for the WWE Championship. Right now, it's the build to WrestleMania. Road to WrestleMania begins on Monday. They should start doing like qualifying matches. Well, not qualifying matches, but they should start building towards the Royal Rumble. It is going to be January 29th. And they're going to have it at the Dome at American Center in St. Louis, Missouri. So with that, it's going to be pretty interesting. But I really do see Roman Reigns coming back. When he does come back, I felt like this put a wrench in quite a few plans. Like there was going to be a way where Roman Reigns retained the title, and it was going to be Paul Heyman doing it for him. Because you know they want to build to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar later on down the line. But it is what it is. For the most part, I feel like WWE didn't do too good of a job building up towards this day one pay-per-view. It was just the go-home show. Most of the people weren't there. Most of the people weren't even at the live events because of the COVID. Because of the scares of that, especially with the Omicron going around. Oh, shoot. Sorry about that, you guys. But for the most part, it's been okay. It's really nothing to get hyped for. And I'll be honest with you, without Roman Reigns being there, which was the main reason why I was going to watch it, it's not too much to build up for. There's not too much to watch for. This is one of those pay-per-views that you feel like you can just skip, honestly. Excuse me. So, I'm not going to keep you guys too long in my podcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in to my podcast portion. And if you guys can, feel free to give it a like, share, subscribe to my podcast on any platform. I just ask for that. I'm not asking for any money, donations. If you guys are willing to, that's cool. But not asking for that, at least not now. I just want to be able to put out content and be entertaining and be me and have you guys enjoy yourselves. I'm going to try and do a few more episodes throughout the month, throughout the build to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, one of my favorite pay-per-views. And I want you guys to just enjoy yourselves, enjoy the new year, be well, stay safe, and take care. And remember, when money talks, people listen. And for those of you that are watching me on YouTube or wherever you may be, I'm going to be playing Black Ops 4 one more time. One last time. And we'll teach them how to say goodbye, just you and I. Yeah, sorry about that. If you like what you stream, you better subscribe to me. Yeah. feel that fire, just let it burn. Call me crazy, but I think about loving my life. That's right. Think about it, let it go. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Here we go. Going through the same thing.
Okay, you dumb, stumbling cadavers. You're all headed for the moon.
The fire of Ra has been trained. Voices in the cave was not such a smart idea. The fire of Danu has been trained. Asseyez-vous!
We need to explore every inch of this place. I don't want to spend 1 minute longer in this puke-soaked arena than I absolutely have to.
The audience revels in our plight. We are just entertainment to them. They want us to fight to the death. Then they will cheer. This one is rotten. Bring me something fresh.
Gladiator. Perhaps Diego was right. Perhaps they do. Here comes trouble. Big, aggressive.
The champions of Ra are slain. This will silence their wailing. A challenge met. A god appears.
Wake back over that cave.
A contender petitions a god. Will they satisfy?
Aha! The symbols in the fire!
Insta-kill.
They robbed the Stamy safe passage for my Joel!
A brutal display. Max ammo. A contender calls the champion of Danu.
The tigers will wear arms. Tigers, s'il vous plaît.
The champion of Danu is slain.
That is no ordinary tree. I I would wager it is fed by more than fertile soil and fresh water. I'm good with plants. I know these things.
Sloppy now.
Insta-kill.
All things have a place. We must find yours, little piece.
Double points.
We will be overwhelmed again if we do nothing to prepare.
A contender calls the champion of Odin.
Only a coward hides his face, destroyer.
I didn't. Yeah, I'm here.
The champion of Odin is slain.
How's it going so far? Alright. Shoot. Right now I'm in Odin Tower. I don't have enough money to open up the door. But we at least got 3 of the champions in one.
Wait your turn, monster. I will get to you all.
A contender calls the champions of Zeus.
The angry ones. I hated working with back in Paris. Always rushing in blindly, leaving bodies in their wake.
The champions of Zeus are slain. They must not survive. The trial awaits. Bonus points.
At least they go down quick.
I got a new shield.
This design is magnifique. Whoever made this was a true master.
I love the way that special.
Max ammo.
Who were you, my oversized adversary? Did you see glory in the arena? Look what you've become.
temple seems far older than the Colosseum above it.
Contender prevails. Receive the gift of our god.
Max ammo. More bullets, more bloodshed. This is my life. You are welcome to it.
Where you at?
I hope this has taught you a lesson. But I very much doubt.
You are the Sancho Panza to my Quixote. Like moths to the flame. Though, in all fairness, the flame did go to death.
Max ammo.
Allez, here, kitties, here, kitties. I will put you out of your misery, huh?
Fire sale.
Oh, a classical bathhouse. You've got the mood lighting, you've got the fountain blood, the full figure. Balls could talk.
Prepare the barricades. They will soon be upon us.
It's not you.
Someone pours this blood. They are not the first to try.
Insta-kill.
That makes sense. As much as anything does tonight.
They are genuine. The water monsters reinforce the others, like undead medics.
Fire sale.
know that I am under the influence of powerful exotic drugs, but this event feels too real. A little too spectacular. It feels like my birthday.
Our statue was hiding a secret, and the secret has another secret.
That one of them.
I hate it.
I need one of them to knock out.
Sending these guys?
You fought well, senor. You are no Diego.
One of them throw that axe.
Fire sale.
Wait, fire sale? Oh, firearms sale! So that is where it comes from.
Come on, darling.
Embrace it. You cannot escape me.
Your troubles are ended, Peter. We can fix it.
Max ammo.
I'll take it. And put it to good use.
Scarlet, I know of your father's experiences with the supernatural firsthand. I know of his resolve. I believe he is still alive.
Resolve? Right. Let me tell you something, Bruno. I'm the only reason he didn't squander the entire...
Apology accepted. You see that gas? Steer clear of it!
Fire sale. Carpenter.
What happened to my bullets? I could not have used so many. Get your filthy claws off me!
That was the last we heard from you.
Hero of the revolution! Get up off your rear, huh? You're too kind, señorita.
Whatever you have it does, it will make no difference.
Now, kill 2 ghouls and call me in the morning. Send me out still unblemished.
Red is a poor weapon. Look where we've gone.
Stay down, Daddy.
Determined to complete this game. Use us to complete it, all right. Mark that one. Return to sender.
Max ammo.
I understand you now. I'm sorry, Shaw. From time to time, your English phrase when you say...
Anybody know where the mystery box is?
What was that? Did anyone else hear a voice? Inside your head, I mean.
I may be a big target, but I also hit back harder. Somebody help me chop this one down!
Carpenter.
This is all some kind of game. We are but pawns to this priest king. Why? Ah, that is the question.
The Order. The ones who kidnapped Dad while he was chasing his artifacts.
Never see the jungle box the same way again.
Oh, this blood, decapitation, dismemberment.
The violence of my past is where it belongs. The past. This is a fight for survival.
Combat, it is better to be fast than to be strong.
Anyone got a breath?
Full power.
They are faster than they look.
Insta-kill.
I'm not sobering up.
Max ammo.
You just made my list, pal.
Double points.
Points, money, whatever you are. I'm investing in firepower.
Dying changes the way you see the world. Ever since I have returned, I see things differently. This wood is as weak as that on the ship.
One marauder.
A small victory! Shall we honor
Some
them?
cheers for this or what?
I do not know where Valhalla is, but they sure can forge a weapon.
What was that now? You're sorry?
Lo siento, jumping please. Jumping please.
A fatal mistake.
This arena isn't quite as splattered with prima materia as the ship. They just knew how to manipulate better back, well, whenever business. Can't keep a good chemist down.
So, here I am, lost in antiquity, killing dead men with a bug. Such is my life.
I'd rather be dead than look like you. It seems so great.
Once more, I got distracted and forgot to count my bullets.
Somebody please watch my rear. Not you, Diego.
I will be needing some antiseptic now. He will be needing a new head. You use guns. Gracias a Dios.
I know you're unsure if you can fully trust me, Scarlet. But your father did. Surely that counts for something.
It took me a long time to come out the other side. To make my own life. Figure out what I wanted to do.
Bonus points.
The enemy is my enemy is still a little pain in the rear.
Double points.
This is the last thing you will ever see!
Don't know why I thought the elixirs would taste better here.
Down in the temple.
About time you shut up. That little troll has delusions of grandeur.
Max ammo.
These knife hand guys hate me. You think I'd shot their dog or something?
Hey, I know how we can get these tigers to leave us alone. Only me. Only me.
That's what mindless rage is. Mindless death. You can't bend now. Not like this.
On your feet, my friend. We will get through this.
Insta-kill.
Insta-kill and a Bowie knife. They go together like steak and red wine.
This priest. Trying to stay in the room. He's not trying to kill us. I think he wants us to win.
I see. The blue ones give strength to the others. See their eyes? Patience, my friend. I'll find a use for you soon enough.
Another scar, another corpse.
You just messed with the wrong language.
Get up, mademoiselle. We cannot afford to lose you.
The sooner we get done here, the sooner we get back to that cave. What's fast around the door?
I have seen a weapon for the bullet. It flies toward your eyes.
My weapon is nearly as empty as Diego's brain.
Only when we look.
stuff, Diego. This fight ain't over.
Gracias, Scarlet.
You saved...
Or wait till somebody has an accident.
This'll work. The audience might even get a kick out of it.
Kill that last
Now,
one.
I have a question for you. You and your father are somewhat
Bon travail, Magic Scorpion. Uno will take care of you. Man, those claws are sharp.
Are you sorry?
And I'm out.
seeing them flex and pounce.
Yeah, here they go. That's cool. Get him in the next round.
Years of clean living, and now I'm huffing vapors left and right. Make a hole, Pug Ugly. I've got other places to be. Ow! Yep. Now there's blood in my eye. I'm gonna kill you all for that. More tigers. There's plenty of bullets for the rest of you. You long enough to die.
Begging for it all to end?
Sounds like an left with the wrong gladiatrix.
I swear, camel urine would taste better than this.
They must not survive!
More tigers? No, they are just messing with me. One less tiger. Bonus points. Quiet now. You fought well, and your pain has ended.
That's what mindless rage gets you. Mindless death. Should have picked on someone your own size.
Max ammo. If you and your father are so far apart, why do you seek to reconcile now?
Well done, Shaw. They do not like a bullet to the face, do they?
Should have picked on someone your own size.
With creatures like these, drugs could move the world. Or like destroy itself.
We can have you looking out for us. If I die here, do I really die? No way am I sitting out the rest of it.
Bonus points.
I know charity case, but I'll take these all day long.
Good to know you're looking out for us.
Burn, Nightcrawlers, burn!
There's food. Ooh.
Well, if it ain't the Tin Woods.
Sure, stay close, my friend. I would not like you to lose another
War is
eye.
asked. The gods
Any
shall
other parts of
provide.
your anatomy.
Hands to yourself, Hugo.
Gave that one
I must say, this armor is very uncomfortable. But I suppose most gladiators died before they... Yes.
Insta-kill.
He burns!
Some reavers keep trying to provoke me. But it keeps working. Oh. Let us hope this scorpion never breaks his chain. I know Alistair yet lives. He would not die before I could repay the debt I owe.
fools are everywhere.
Complete the procedure and amputate your head! I just can't handle one of them again! Please come!
Talk about necessary evil. Anyone need a light?
crawl with more passion than I have ever known in my life. I'm sorry I should.
Never leave me, Stockholm's of vengeance. I'm lost without you.
I cannot keep track of them all!
No awkward hugs. Let's just get back to it.
That's right. Keep coming.
Sorry, no prisoners, no stragglers.
Ha! Got you back. Consider yourself Hammurabi.
Getting a bit sloppy now.
You will never hurt anyone else. I wish I could say the same for myself. So, you ready to tell me what happened to your eye? I am still curious, Joe.
It wasn't pleasant.
Bug. I have been death door. I do not fear it. Of course, if anyone feels like maybe.
Delusions of grandeur. The enemy of my enemy is still a pain in the rear.
Yes. Everyone wants a piece of it.
Man, those claws are sharp.
Out of bullets. I must demonstrate my talents.
Clever little design. I'm sure they had tigers and gladiators in mind. I like these smaller guns. It's like they built them just for me. SMG. Scarlet's machine gun. Never did like being the center of attention. If you left a scar on me, I swear to all four of these gods. Come on, old man. I need that addled brain.
wrong with me today, eh? The sage finally catching up. I did find a great
Awesome. That was awesome, but we did what we could. Guys, I'm about to head out. Appreciate your time, but got other things got to take care of. And I thank everybody else who has been watching and been just enjoying this whole gameplay, seeing me space out and whatnot. Please give the video a thumbs up if you can. It doesn't cost you a thing. I'm not asking for money. Just as long as you give me that thumbs up, it helps me out a lot. Be sure to be on the lookout for new episodes, new streams. I'm going to be doing some more. I'm going to be doing some classic live streams. Probably going to be doing some Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo games on Thursday for Throwback Thursday. So be on the lookout for that. And also, be on the lookout for my podcast. I am posting it up. I am doing my best. Within the means, I at least want to do an episode a week and have it up on Spotify and all the other podcast distributors that you can find. But in the meantime, as always, Happy New Year to every single one of you guys out there. I want you guys to be well, stay safe, take care, and as always, when money talks, people listen. Welcome to the new year. Welcome to